Let's check it out, guys. Let's see what's moving in the markets today. It's your boy, your cousin Dustin. Let's go. We've got a lot going on. Nvidia's down 2.64%. Amazon's up 1.46%. I think we're quite a bit of green going on today. That's pretty good. Microsoft is down 1.4%. Meta's down 1.3%. Google's up 1.56%. We got a pretty mixed bag. Looks like a lot of fun. Looks like a lot of good stuff. Let's just check out the major indexes here. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 1.01%. S&P 500 up 0.52% here at 3:42 p.m. on the 2nd of February. Time flies when you're trying to make it happen, huh? Bitcoin is sitting at 78,000. It's up 1.63% on the day. The Qs are up 0.69%. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Gold's down 1.3% to $4,683. What do you guys think about the detachment from the physical price of these metals? Supposedly they're going for, 100, 110 for the physical metal in some places. And it's, depends on where you're at too. Kind of crazy stuff. Silver sitting at 80.56, up 2.5%. What do you guys think? You think it's going to take off again, or you think it's over with? Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull the stream up on my phone now that we've kind of ran through stuff. Should be as simple as this. Alright. There we have it. We've done it again, guys. Here we are, we're back again, looking at the stock market with our friends. That's irony, guys. That's what we call that. So now I don't think too much is really popping off right now, except we're all waiting to see what Palantir's earnings come out to be. That's kind of interesting. Gold and silver declined amid volatile trading. Yeah, I think we've seen that. I think we've all caught the drift there, doggy. During the U.S. afternoon trading session on Monday, February 2nd, gold and silver prices fell, settling in the middle of the day's wide trading range. Earlier, the two precious metals had touched a 4-week low overnight, and experienced record trading activity last Friday. The latest price for April gold futures was $4,727 an ounce, down 17.3, while March silver futures were at 79.56 per ounce, up $1.02. The rebound in the U.S. stock indices and the U.S. dollar index, combined with a sharp decline in crude oil futures, created unfavorable external market factors for precious metals bulls on the first trading day of the week and the month. During the overnight session, March silver futures hit a low of $71.20 per ounce, while the contract had previously reached a record high of $121.78 per ounce last Thursday. April gold futures fell to $4,423 per ounce overnight, after recording a historical peak of $4,626 per ounce last Thursday. Yeah, here we go. This is what really they did. They raised the margin requirements. Over the weekend, CME Group once again raised margin requirements for both metal futures contracts. Part of the pressure on metals stemmed from President Trump's nomination of Kevin Warsh as Federal Reserve Chairman last Friday, which pushed the U.S. dollar index higher. Warsh has long been regarded as taking more hawkish stance on Fed monetary policy. Some analysts believe that last Friday's crash in the gold and silver markets was triggered by Chinese speculators heavily leveraging long positions through futures and options, potentially without fully understanding the underlying risks of such high leverage. Bloomberg reported that at least 1 billion yen, $140 million, in cumulative losses were incurred by Chinese metal traders due to a counterparty failing to complete transactions. $140 million, that doesn't seem... That doesn't seem like the amount of money that it would require to make something like that happen to me. But what do I know? I don't know. I don't know anything. I really, truly don't. This is just in my head here. Do not take any of my advice. This is not financial advice. My goodness. Lord, is it ever not? Another key development in external markets today showed that the yield on the 10-year U.S. Treasury note currently stands at 4.22%. Okay. From a technical perspective, the price action in April gold futures on the daily chart formed a large bearish key reversal pattern last week. One of the signals indicating the market may have peaked. That's funny. The next upside price target for the bulls is to push futures to close above the strong resistance level of $5,000. Damn, I'm in my eyes water actually, because that's crazy. It formed a bearish chart. Did it? so sleepy. That's why. My eyes. My eyes. It fell below technical levels when it dropped off, what, fucking friggin' 20%? 5,000, while the bear's near-term downside price objective is to drive futures below the solid technical support level of $4,250. The first resistance level is seen as at today's high of 4,905, followed by 5,000. The first support level is at 4,600, with subsequent support at 4,500. COMEX Silver Daily Chart Source, Yi Hu Tong. Sorry if I said that wrong. The bullish momentum in March silver futures is weakening. The next upside price target for the bulls is to push the closing price above the strong technical resistance of $100, while the bear's next downside price target is to drive the closing price below the solid support level of $70. The first resistance level is seen at the overnight high of $88, followed by $90. The next support level is $75, with further support at the overnight low of $71.20. Note, the gold market operates primarily through two pricing mechanisms. The first is the spot market, which quotes prices for immediate purchase and delivery. The second is the futures market, which determines prices for delivery at a future date. Due to year-end position adjustments and market liquidity effects, the most actively traded contract on the CME Group Exchange is currently the December gold futures contract. Alright, we're going to ask Gemini this. How do the COMEX silver and gold markets keep their price the same as the spot price? I could be totally wrong on that being what they do. Okay. Here we go. This should be something that Gemini can handle. It might seem strange that a paper contract for delivery months away stays perfectly in sync with the price of a physical bar you can hold today. In reality, the COMEX futures and the spot over-the-counter markets are like two ends of a rubber band. They can stretch apart slightly, but powerful economic forces always snap them back together. This synchronization happens through three primary mechanisms: arbitrage convergence and exchange for physical EFP transactions. I read that funny. Arbitrage, convergence, and exchange for physical EFP transactions. Exchange for physical. Arbitrage and convergence. Okay. Arbitrage. The invisible hand. Arbitrage is the act of buying in a cheap market and selling in an expensive one simultaneously. Big banks and high-frequency traders monitor the price of gold and silver across all global exchanges every millisecond. If COMEX is higher than spot, traders will buy physical gold on the spot market and simultaneously sell a futures contract on COMEX. They essentially lock in the price difference as a risk-free profit. If COMEX is lower than spot, traders will buy the futures contract and sell their physical holdings. This constant buying and selling pressure forces the two prices to stay aligned. If they drifted apart by even a few cents, a trader would step in to profit from the gap, which effectively closes the gap. But right now supposedly they are diverged. That's kind of that's why I'm reading this. That's the whole idea here, guys. Convergence at expiration. As a futures contract nears its delivery date, its price must mathematically merge with the spot price. On the day of delivery, a futures contract becomes a spot transaction because delivery is happening now. If a silver futures contract for March was trading at $30, but physical silver was selling for $28 on the street in March, everyone would buy physical and deliver it into the COMEX to collect the $2 profit. This threat of physical delivery ensures that this time, that little t there, approaches zero. The basis, the difference between the spot and the futures, also approaches zero. The exchange for physical. The EFP is a specialized mechanism used by large institutions like bullion banks to swap a paper futures position for an equivalent amount of physical metal, usually in London or Zurich. Instead of waiting for a contract to expire, a bank might say, I have a long position for 100 ounces on COMEX, but I actually need the metal in London today. They find a partner to swap the paper for the physical. Because these swaps happen constantly, they act as a bridge that transmit price information directly between the paper world and the physical world, the spot. The cost of carry formula. In a normal market, the COMEX price is actually slightly higher than the spot price. This is because it includes the cost of carry. The formula for the futures price F is this little formula right here. Yeah, so they charge you, I guess. Storage and insurance costs. Time until the contract expires. Called contango. This slight premium called contango is the natural state of the market. If the futures price ever drops below the spot price, called backwardation, it usually signals a massive shortage of physical metal, as people are willing to pay a premium to have it now rather than later. And you can see how that causes like a short squeeze. People are like, give me it now, and they're like, we don't got it. You feel me? Dang, that's very interesting to me. I want to see. Let's read about the margin hike. I think that's kind of the most interesting thing to me right now. And the fact that they can just hike margins on people. That's why I don't use margin at all. I probably never will. Yeah, I don't think I ever will. Guys, this is not financial advice. If you're going to invest, then you gotta think twice. Remember that you're just really actually making a freaking bet. You're just making a bet, dude. That's what it really is. This is from earlier today, about 5:47 a.m. Gold and silver fall further as CME margin hike stokes selling. The CME hiked the margins. Who wrote this? Sorry if it seems like I'm reading the same crap over and over again. I'm trying to, I'm trying to learn this stuff. I guess that's the whole idea, really, so I guess I'm not sorry. Whatever. I'm trying to see who wrote this, but I guess it doesn't say. Maybe Dennis Balabas at Reuters. Nah. That's okay. Gold and silver prices dropped on Monday as increased CME margin requirements added to the selling pressure following last week's sell-off, sparked by Kevin Warsh's nomination at the incoming Federal Reserve chair. Alright, we saw that. Spot gold was 3.2% lower. Spot gold was 3.2% lower at $4,708.19 an ounce, recovering from nearly a 10% fall earlier in the session. Bullion shed more than 9.8% on January 30th in its sharpest one-day drop since 1983. Gold has lost about $900 since hitting an all-time high of $5,594.82. Did not get that $6,000 cross on January 29th, erasing most of the year's gains. U.S. gold futures for April delivery were down 0.3% to $4,730.40 an ounce. Spot silver was 3.4% to $81.65, recovering from a fall of 15% earlier on Monday. It has shed about 33% since notching up an all-time peak of $121.64 last week. Here we go. The CME announced hikes in margins on its precious metals futures on January 30th and said the changes were set to take effect after market close on Monday. This increase in margin requirements makes holding speculative positions less appealing now, and this will also force a lot of the retail side of the market who do not have the extra liquidity to sell positions, said Zane, analyst at Market Pulse by OANDA. It is definitely creating a sort of feedback loop where as prices drop more, traders will face margin calls, leading to more selling and even lower prices, Vada added. The dollar index edged higher last week after U.S. President Donald Trump named former Federal Reserve Governor Warsh as his Fed chair pick, making dollar-priced bullion more expensive for buyers overseas. While investors expect Warsh to favor rate cuts, they anticipate he will tighten the Fed's balance sheet, a move typically supportive of the dollar. Barclays said in a note on Monday it expects rate cuts, fiscal expansion, quantitative easing, fiat debasement, and de-dollarization to likely keep investment demand firm for gold. Spot platinum fell by 4.3% to $2,070 after hitting a record $2,918.80 on January 26th, while palladium shed 2.1% to $1,662.68. From CNBC, here's one that says what investors piling into gold and silver can learn from King Henry VIII. This is by Davis Giangulio. Y'all got any gold? Y'all got any silver, homies? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the comment section? Leave a comment if you got for real, if you got some silver or gold. Tell me how much, where it's at. I'm just kidding. But for real. It is interesting, like, to see, like, a physical item gain price line in that way. I think it's very cool. Very interesting. What's going on with the article, guys? I got too much crap going on. Where is it? Oh, they're trying to make me make an account or something. I don't think so. I don't think so. Alright, we're officially... It's in the power hour now. Let's check the crypto markets. So we got CoinMarketCap. Guys, these are all free tools. If you ever, want to check this stuff out, these are all free tools on just regular old internet. I'm not doing anything with any special stuff here, guys. It's all free stuff. Let's check Bitcoin. See what old Bitcoin's up to today. I have found that this CoinMarketCap is kind of a very, I don't know, it's really cool. Really a cool, little app, little website or whatever you want to call it. Let's just click around, see what we can find. Some news from 6 hours ago. Bitcoin ETF investors are underwater as $2.8 billion exits in 14 days. Got a lot of wacky stuff going on. Got silver and gold coming to a very abrupt halt and then fall off like that. Bitcoin ETF investors are underwater right now. Bitcoin is sitting at 78,000. Imagine if it drops down to 32,000. then how underwater will they really be? You know what I mean? Community sentiment right now is sitting at 81% bullish. Over here, let's see what this market is. Let's have a look at XRP. Anybody know anything about XRP? Let's ask their little coin market cap question asker. Why is XRP's price up today? I guess full disclosure, I kind of like trade in and out of XRP. It like moves a lot. I think it's kind of fun to trade it, you know? All this stuff is just for fun to me. It's like, I don't, I ain't expecting to get rich off this stuff, bruh. But that's how, I don't know. That's kind of how I live my life in anyways. Everything is just for fun in some weird way. 1 month chart. I almost turned the light off. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, over the 1 month, XRP was up to $2.33 a share, or $2.39 or so. We'll check it out on the real chart here in a minute, but I just kind of want to mess around with this for a second. So that's kind of cool. It's got all these little milestones and stuff. Buy some XRP right now, bro. Let's see what it says. XRP rose 1.4% over the last 24 hours, outperforming the broader crypto market. The broader market was up 1.7%, 0.7%, while still down 14% this week. The bounce coincides with technical oversold signals and mixed catalysts. Regulatory milestones. Japan moves toward classifying XRP as a regulated financial product by Q2 2026, easing institutional adoption barriers. Large holders added 200,000 to 4.5 million XRP in stealth buys despite net outflows from ETFs. technical rebound, oversold RSI, and defense of $1.60 pivot triggered short-term buying. So it's sitting at 161 right now. Okay. Very interesting. Alright, alright. If that be the case. Let's go back to Bitcoin then. See all of what it says. We got the 24-hour chart. Market crap of 1.56 trillion. I wonder where Bitcoin ranks on the top market caps in the world. I bet it's like 5th. I could be totally wrong. Volume over the last 24 hours. Check it out. I love how it has these little notes. Ain't that pretty cool? Let's see 1 year. What would Satoshi say seeing Bitcoin at $75,000? Crypto Andy posted this. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you think these guys are trying to like buy it as it dips to try to like self-fulfill the prophecy so it doesn't like fall even lower? That's kind of what I think it might be happening here. I don't know. Could be some wacky stuff going on. too many windows open. Alright, we've done enough of that. We've done enough of that. Let's hit the charts one more time. Got the Dow Jones up 1.5%, 1.05%. The S&P 500's up 0.54%. Bitcoin itself is up 1.73% to $78,297. The Qs are sitting at 626.14. So overall, it is pretty green in the major indices. We got, let's see Palantir. Yeah, Palantir's the one. It's about to have earnings today. It's supposed to read at do their earnings at like 5, I believe, or something like that. This is 5 minutes ago. Palantir achieves another revenue record with $1.41 billion quarter by Heather Somerville at 4:17 p.m. Let's see if we can even read it. Got me again. Dang it. That's all we needed to know. They beat. I'll find another article. Market Watch. Come on, baby. Come on, Market Watch. Palantir stock surges as AI demand drives another record quarter by Christine G. Palantir's guidance vastly exceeds expectations, with the company projecting 61% growth for the year. Whoa. There he is. Look at that. Palantir's U.S. commercial revenue soared 137%, a development that CEO Alex Karp pointed to as evidence of the company's AI momentum. What do you guys think about Palantir? I refuse. No, I'll probably sign up for some of this stuff soon. I think all I gotta do is put in my email, but I don't feel like doing it right now. Come on, man. I just want to read one freaking article. I want to hear what happened in the earnings. Bloomberg, perhaps? So you looked at enough of these articles, man. You're gonna have to start subscribing, dog. Get unlimited access. No. Well, it's up after hours, 7.22%. So how do you like that? To 158.44. Hmm. Yeah, so evidently they beat EPS by 8.6% and beat revenue by 4.88%. How cool is that? Hmm. So there's some results from the Palantir. They're up and after hours. Speaking of them being up and after hours, let's do this. How you guys doing in the markets today, guys? Is everybody killing it? Let's check the heat map, see how they're doing. Yeah. AMD's up 4.3% today. Intel is up 5.04% today. Very cool. Micron up 5.52%. Walmart is up 4.13%. We got Tesla down 2%. We got Oracle. I want to have a look at Oracle. I've never even looked at Oracle for I don't think. I don't even know what it does. Before we do that, I think Palantir might lose its gains. It might run up and then pop down. It's just kind of what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking, what I'm smelling, what I'm feeling. could be wrong. I could be wrong. It's up 6.53% now. Oracle. What is this? There we are. Down 4.59%. Is that the right one? Or down 2.79%. Okay. Tripping. I see numbers in my head. They come to me. I go to bed. Blah, 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 blah. 160. Okay. Oracle, huh? Oracle here has a market cap of $459.87 billion, a PE ratio of 30.808. That pays a quarterly dividend of 50 cents, 1.25%, an EPS of 5.32. That's a pretty cool company, I don't know. Pretty cool. Look at the charts. I'm talking about statistically here, speaking. 52-week high, 345. 52-week low, 118. And we're at that 160 range, so we're down on the lower end of that. "22 minutes ago, somebody posted something about Oracle. Am I going to click on this and they're not going to let me do it? They're going to make me try to sign in with my freaking email. Ugh. Shack News. Oracle states alleged trouble with $100 billion NVIDIA and OpenAI deal won't affect it. The database and cloud software company assured investors that NVIDIA and OpenAI's supposedly lofty deal won't help or hurt its business. By TJ Denzer at 1:11 p.m. today. Here we go with the article. The artificial intelligence corner of the tech industry is feeling anxious this week due to ongoing rumors that a possible deal with $100 billion between NVIDIA and OpenAI may be in trouble. There's a lot of speculation as to what will happen, but it has other companies in the space coming out of the woodwork to speak on the matter. Oracle, in particular, made a statement that it will not be affected if the deal should fall through. Oracle shared its statement on the NVIDIA and OpenAI deal on its social media this week. There, the company went out of its way to comfort investors who might be skittish about recent AI business rumors. The NVIDIA OpenAI deal has zero impact on our financial relationship with OpenAI. We remain highly confident in OpenAI's ability to raise funds and meet its commitments. See, that's what it says on that little tweet there. It's crazy that tweets are the thing that governs market sway sometimes. Oracle's concern about the NVIDIA and OpenAI deal comes from it working with OpenAI as a business partner. Oracle has utilized OpenAI's GPT-5 in its database and cloud applications portfolio to create AI-assisted tools for data organization, storage, and ease of access. If misfortune struck OpenAI in a concrete way, it's feasible to think Oracle might be affected, but Oracle claims that it isn't the case. Meanwhile, the anxiousness comes out of NVIDIA apparently walking back talk of investment into OpenAI, which it already did back in November 2025. While many were quick to pick up on the initial news of a deal, CEO Jensen Huang has repeatedly disputed erroneous claims that NVIDIA was committed to a $100 billion investment or that it would happen all at once. With that said, it looks like companies around NVIDIA and OpenAI are playing damage control, such as Oracle assuring investors the way it did this week. As we watch for what's next, stay tuned to the artificial intelligence topic for updates. There you go. Let's check out Polymarket, see if there's anything new. There is one thing that I definitely want to check. And that's getting pretty weird. See? Spooky stuff happening right here in my office room. You can bet on the Bitcoin's 15-minute up or down. What do you guys think? You think Bitcoin's going to turn it around here at this $79,000 range, or you think it's going to rip lower and put everybody in the dirt? Some of these guys, some of these big funds, that'll really mess some stuff up, I think. I think it'll really get pretty wild. Let's go. This is all the usual stuff. Who will strike who? Brazil's presidential election. Nothing too major happening here. Let's try tech. Human moon landing in 2026. 7% chance. Just on the open view here, guys. Largest company by the end of February, NVIDIA, or some people are saying 16% chance for Alphabet, but 82% chance for NVIDIA. Moltbook AI agent sues a human by February 28th. An 81% chance. Now at 85, 81%, yeah. My goodness. It's been as high as 96%. Wow. So checking out Polymarket here, guys. We've got Moltbook AI agent sues a human by February 28th. Moltbook AI agent sues a human by February 28th. It's got a 81% chance. It's been up as high as 96% back on January 31st. It was at 93%. And it got as high as 96% on January 31st. My goodness. That's crazy. That's a fun one. Well, Moltbook shut down by February 28th. I don't know what Moltbook is. Moltbook. These are some wacky ones. We'll get into some of these maybe next time. Let's check my favorite one. We're sitting at a solid 9% right now. Will the U.S. confirm that aliens exist before 2027? We're sitting at a solid 9% chance. Will the U.S. confirm that aliens exist before 2027? Will the U.S. annex any territory in 2026? We're currently at a 12% chance. Will the U.S. invade Mexico in 2026? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's happening. Alright, guys, I think that's going to be enough for today. It's 4:45. Ooh, here's a good one, actually. So, yeah, I guess they released the files, guys. They were really doing all the wild stuff that we thought they were, I guess. Wild, crazy stuff. So, will anyone be jailed over the Epstein disclosures? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Will they say there's aliens? Will anyone be jailed? Who knows? Let's go back. So, yeah, overall pretty green day on the major indices. Nvidia is down a little bit. Microsoft is coming down. Tesla's down. I think that's going to be it for me today, guys. Nothing else really to cover. Pretty cool, pretty fun. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I can do to improve. Yeah. It's your cousin Dustin. I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then sometimes covering other stuff as well. Let's get it, guys. Good stuff. Very productive, very nice.